A boy was romancing the maid in the kitchen when suddenly his wife, all dressed up to go out, called out to him and started walking towards the kitchen. He immediately let go of the maid and pretended to be looking for something in the cupboard. His wife, sensing something was off, "What are you doing in the kitchen?" He lied. "I'm looking for something to eat." She replied, "But you just had breakfast." He said, "I'm hungry again." She said, "Okay, come on, we're getting late." They both left, and the maid breathed a sigh of relief. The next day, the lady of the house called the maid and said, "You've worked here for years. You're like my younger sister. You're so honest and caring, I'm really happy with you. From next month, I'm increasing your salary." The maid replied emotionally, "There's no need. You know I have no one in this world, and whatever salary you give is enough for me." The lady said, "Don't say that. I'm 3 months pregnant. From next month, you'll have to manage everything. And when this baby is born, they will call you Choti Ma, little mom." The maid, overwhelmed, asked, "You love me so much?" The lady replied, "You know that besides my husband and you, I have no one. You're like my little sister. Please never betray me." The maid, with tears in her eyes, promised, "Never, Didi." The next day, the husband tries to romance the maid again. The maid refuses and says, "End whatever relationship we had. This has to stop." The husband says, "It will only end when I say so." The maid says, "Your wife loves you a lot. You shouldn't betray her." He asks, "Why do you care so much about her?" The maid says, "If we don't care, then who will? If you don't stop, I will tell Didi everything." He threatens, "If you do, I'll throw you out of this house." She says, "Then I'll leave," but not without telling her the truth. He backs off and says, "Fine, I'll end everything, but don't tell my wife." The next day, the maid tells the lady everything about her relationship with her husband. The lady is heartbroken and confronts her husband. "I never imagined you would betray me," she says. The husband lies. "She's lying. I caught her stealing, and when I threatened to tell you, she turned the tables by saying she'll accuse me of an affair if I expose her." The maid protests, "I've never stolen anything, Didi." The husband says, "All right, bring your purse." She brings it, and he takes out a bundle of cash from it. He had secretly planted the money in her purse. Seeing the money, the lady breaks down and says, "I considered you my little sister, but you betrayed me." She tells her to leave the house. The maid leaves, heartbroken. The next day, a neighbor boy comes to borrow sugar. The lady gives it, and he says, "I have to tell you something. I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Your husband was having an affair with the maid." The lady is shocked. She realizes the maid was telling the truth all along. She kicks her husband out of the house and says, "That maid was better than you." At least she told the truth.